From at first wanting to take the undead and tear him to shreds, the Emperor's sword later relied on her outstanding beauty to nearly make Su Liguo betray Wang Lin, until she finally chose to recognize Wang Lin as her master and follow him for a lifetime. Between this Emperor's sword and Wang Lin, what kind of long and complicated story of love and hate do they share? In the current anime storyline, Wang Lin was inside the Red Pavilion, cultivating the slaughter immortal art to initial success. But this place was meant to feed the Emperor's sword. With the slaughter chet needed, Wang Lin, who was supposed to be her food, not only stole all of the slaughter chet, but even right under her nose, he slipped away and escaped. Therefore, because of this, the Emperor developed a deep grudge against Wang Lin. First, let's talk about the identity of this Emperor's sword. She was the personal sword of Demon Emperor Gu Yundan, who late stage Great Circle Realm. Don't be fooled by the anime, where the Emperor's sword spirit appears in the form of a dragon and looks incredibly domineering, but her true form is just that of a young woman, only about 20 years old. She is the daughter of a deceased friend of Gu Yundan. After she passed away for certain reasons, in order to preserve the other party's soul force, and to find a suitable time to let it leave the land of demon spirits and re-enter the cycle of reincarnation, he made it the sword spirit of the Earth Sword, and he always kept it by his side under his own protection. Therefore, in a sense, this Earth Sword was like his own biological daughter. That's why when the Earth Sword failed to find the undead spirit, and consequently destroyed Hong Lao and the entire capital city, Demon Emperor Gu Yundan did not punish her too severely. He only had her confined in the Sword Pavilion until the end of the Demon General Grand Competition. This was to prevent the little girl from causing any more trouble. As for Gu Yundan, regarding everything that happened inside the Red Pavilion, he was naturally well aware of it, but he didn't look for Wang Ling because of it, to cause trouble. Later, when Wang Ling even came to the riverside to relax and clear his mind, and comprehend his artistic concept, he even pretended to know nothing and invited Wang Ling to join him on a flower boat on the river for drinks and a chat. It's just that at the time, Wang Ling didn't know that the other person was the Demon Emperor of Tinian Demon Prefecture. Later, the second time Wang Ling met the Earth Sword was during the first round of the Demon General Grand Competition. It was because of the aura that Wang Ling released. This caused the Imperial Sword, who was under house arrest in the Sword Pavilion, to notice something. But due to the Demon Emperor's command, this little lass decided to use her original form to go and investigate. As it turned out, the moment she appeared, the one inside the storage bag, Su Liguo, immediately sensed her, and because she was also a sword spirit, and was incredibly beautiful, Su Liguo was instantly smitten, and fell for her at first sight. Because of Su Liguo's incessant clamoring, Pockface had no choice but to let this fiend out. After all, as sword spirits, as long as it wasn't someone immensely powerful, they generally wouldn't be detected. The moment Su Liguo got out, he began to fiercely pursue the Imperial Sword. He even proclaimed that if she would just be his, he guaranteed she'd live a life of luxury every single day. This kind of hooligan-like speech left the Imperial Sword completely speechless, utterly shameless. Su Liguo is just like Wang Lin. Neither of them are any good, but Su Liguo, relying on the spirit of the scimitar who was his underling, continued to pester her relentlessly. Later, realizing he couldn't defeat his opponent, Di Jian was forced to return to the Sword Pavilion. After that, the first round of the Demon General Grand Competition came to an end. Mazi defeated the Demon General, Adi, with his absolute strength, thus smoothly advancing to the next round. He had originally planned to return to the Mo Mansion to prepare for the upcoming matches. However, this Su Liguo was still infatuated with that sword spirit. Unable to forget the young lady, he still insisted on going to find his true love. But this time, Mazi did not agree, because last time, when Su Liguo went out under the identity of the sword spirit, it had already caused those in the stands, many powerful experts who had reached the Wending realm, to become suspicious. If he let him go out again this time, there was no telling what kind of trouble he would cause. As a result, Su Liguo, this ungrateful fellow, actually declared that Mazi was obstructing him from finding his true love. Could it be that he was jealous of his suave and charming and talented demeanor? Most importantly, Last time Mazi used Meig's talents to counter Liu Mei's countless heartless sentiments. Su Leguo complained that he was using his beloved great beauty, and was only damn well concerned with fulfilling his own night of passion. This undoubtedly crossed a major line for Wang Lin. After all, the whole affair was completely unexpected back then. But now, the love-struck Su Leguo couldn't care less about any of that. He even used the many supernatural powers he had learned from the spirit of the curved blade over the years to unilaterally lift the restriction Mazi had placed upon him. He was determined to return to the capital to be with his little Jianlin and spend the rest of their lives together. Seeing this, Mazi exclaimed, "You're rebelling now, you little devil." Wang Lin caught up with Su Leguo effortlessly, and he subdued him with ease. Sensing the chilling killing intent from Mazi, Su Leguo finally came to his senses. He cried out that he was wrong this time, and that he would never dare do it again. Fortunately, he admitted his mistake in time. Only then did Mazi spare his life. Later, during the drum-beating stage of the second trial, because his level of comprehension reached the ascendant state, he consequently triggered a heavenly tribulation. Meanwhile, the spirit of an ancient demon within heavenly demon wanted to use the power of the ancient god on Mazi to escape from this place. This way, it could devour the demon spirits in other counties and restore its power to its peak. So, it reached an agreement with Mazi to help him block this heavenly tribulation and also grant Mazi a status far above that of a demon emperor, with the identity of an emissary from the ancestral tomb. And Wang Lin's third meeting with Di Jian took place before the war between the Heaven Demon County and the Fire Demon County. By now, Mazi was second to only one man and above tens of thousands. There was concern that his faction would come looking for trouble with Di Jian. Therefore, to show goodwill, Gu Yundan gifted one of his personal tokens to Mazi. With this item, one could mobilize all the demon soldiers within Heaven Demon County. Furthermore, Gu Yundan also revealed his identity as Di Jian. Mazi, of course, understood his intentions. Besides, he also had a rather favorable impression of this. So Mazi warned Su Leguo to never again think of scheming against him. As for Wang Lin's fourth meeting with Di Jian, it was after several hundred years had passed, when he returned to the land of the ancient god, to continue exploring the ancient god's unfinished legacy. At this time, Mazi had already reached the second step, the Kui Ni realm, in its early stage, and Gu Yundan no longer looked as young as he once did, because his cultivation could never break through to the second step. He had less than 6 years of life remaining. Now, when the two of them met again, it was still just like when they had first met, sitting by the river bank in Jingwen, drinking and talking freely. During this time, Gu Yundan then entrusted Di Jian to Wang Lin. The idea was to let the Earth Sword find a powerful backer, or else leave this land of the ancient god and find its own destiny. Since they were acquaintances, Mazi did not refuse. Before they parted, the demon emperor, like a loving father, earnestly advised Di Jian to be obedient in the future, and to never be willful again. If not for the fact that it cannot cry, it probably would have been teary-eyed at that moment. After this, Di Jian always stayed by Mazi's side, until Wang Lin reached the heaven-trampling realm, and successfully resurrected Li Muwan. And Gu Yundan can be said to have had extremely good judgment, choosing for the Earth Sword the person in the entire book who was the most powerful to be its backer. I now seriously suspect that this guy had already read the script